Previously, in the dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party found themselves once again in the feast hall of Ezrah, Legion Commander. They had called the Legion to war against House Avrindar, but without knowing precisely when and how that war would be prosecuted. Fortunately, that didn't seem to deter the Legion. If anything, the promise of battle seemed to reignite purpose within the hobgoblins, and the war machine roared to life. Amidst the flurry of activity, the party spoke privately with Lurkana. They had only rumors to impart, but the presence of the Death's Head mercenaries, a company of hobgoblins, seemed like a lead on Ezrah Cog, Lurkana's missing son. And while she couldn't be certain, the title Doomcrown seemed reminiscent of her son's youthful fantasies. But pursuing this lead was a long time away, and fortunately, Lurkana too seemed caught up in the fervor of war. The party would have time to investigate further, and hopefully reunite mother and son. For now, their journey took them up, away from the hustle and bustle of the Legion as it came to life, back into the cold, arcane chambers. They stopped by the hidden stores of Malarkin Ale to refill their stock, and then, unexpectedly, happened upon Nindeltath and the second octave, in the ruins of the Tall Market. Apparently, the Silver Dragon's passage had been barred by the Dragon Ward, and he was being investigated as to whether he was a threat to the city of Waterdeep. Fortunately, shortly after the party arrived, so too did the Blackstaff, Vajra Safar, and the Dragon Ward himself, Aranax. While there was some initial tension, and it was obvious that Vajra thought poorly of the party's decision, Nindeltath was given the right to pass through the Dragon Ward and into the city of Waterdeep, but only for 2 days, and under the custody of Aranax and the party. It was also understood that the members of the second octave would be waiting in the wings should anything go awry. And so, the motley assortment of individuals made their way up to the yawning portal. The party's return was celebrated, their growing fame and celebrity garnering them attention in more ways than one. One such type of attention came as Bones and Ezrah were briefly accosted by some thugs, which was very strange because it seemed as if the two ruffians, Ball and Lead, were under the impression that the party were easy marks. After displaying that they were indeed not, Bones offered their ally Volo a reward should the scamp figure out why the thugs were under that impression. After a brief moment of celebration, the party headed home, though with a much larger entourage than normal, for they were accompanied by a direwolf, a Zorn, and 2 disguised dragons. But then this was the City of Splendors, where such things were possible, if not quite commonplace. It also helped that the dead of winter meant significantly fewer people out on the streets to make a fuss over their particular entourage. Though there were gatherings, folk in furious preparation for the morrow's festivities. Midwinter had come. Sled races, snowball fights, and ice skating would just be the start of the next day's activities. Then, of course, would come the merrymaking, with the Feast of Shialia a prime focus for many Waterdavians who sought to honor and show appreciation to their animal companions and the many beasts of burden that keep Waterdeep running. In fact, it is as the party arrives back at the Lifted Spirits that they discover many of their employees already have plans for such a celebration on the morrow. After convening with Sine and spending some time in conversation with their dragon guests, the party retires, spending their first night quite some time out of the dungeon of the Mad Mage. And even the most restful of them dreams of shadow. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.